Okay, let's go straight. Welcome everybody from my side in another session. We've been discussing PYQs of RBI Grade B for 2025 examinations here. And this should be, in my opinion, the last session so far because we have discussed all the PYQs for, I think, last 5 years here. Your doubts welcome, your comments welcome, your objections welcome here. Do drop a comment whenever you feel uncomfortable about anything. But I think for last 4 to 5 years, we have discussed all the questions. At least we have discussed all the variations, the patterns, the variations, if I say, asked by RBI Grade B. So we are here one more time to discuss the remaining questions for last 5 years, 2018 to 24, if I say, 23 to be honest. So this is the next part. Let's start the session without any delay, but would love to highlight that we have this one-on-one mentorship for RBI Grade B 2025 with one-on-one super mentor sessions with the AIR1, ex-AIR1 of RBI Grade B, monthly one-on-one sessions with the mentors, study group guided by mentors, customized study plan and progress tracking, and of course, the classes, notes, books, mock tests, and everything such. If you are interested, do join the courses. We would love to see you out there. One can also join Regulatory Super Elite, the all-in-one solution for all regulatory examinations, SIDBI, SEBI, NABARD, IRDAI, and of course, RBI. Grade B. Let's go straight. Welcome, Nancy, Jai Janendra, Vishali, Radhika, Kamal, Komesh, Deepak, Manjula, Vishal. Welcome. Quick. We have some 30 questions we have to discuss today. More than 35. Okay, let me mark. Of course, you have to mark the most appropriate one, but they can be ones. That means a couple of them as per the tone of the sentence. Despite almost ubiquitous everywhere skepticism, the bonds have prevailed, and that too they have prevailed because of the claims of transparency of political funding system, clean money, donors anonymity. Fine. The first thing is both these are grammatically wrong. The political party at power's claims. Okay, that's a whole phrase. The Prime Minister of India's speech. So that is all fine to put the apostrophe after power because it is not defining power itself. Welcome, everybody. But you can't say political party at power. The party in power, we say. The party in power, we say. Comments welcome because I am honest. And the answer of this question across the internet is given C. That means the first one, also the second one. That is impossible. You can go through the original paragraph in case you wish to. I can show here. It was this, and that is grammatically wrong. You can't have a grammatically wrong part. And if that is correct, this is also correct. Across the internet, you have the description backed as a past form. No, that's not a past form. That is past participle, an adjective. It's not the V2 past indefinite. That's V3. So all these bonds have prevailed, and that too backed by all these. That means the party have backed them, they've been backed by. That's a participle. If this is fine, so is this. Based on, backed by, both are fine. But both of these are grammatically wrong. I welcome your objections. Objections welcome. In case you have any, can drop in the comment section. So across the internet, answer given is C. I don't agree grammatically, logically. It's not my opinion. They are horrible. The only option left. Despite the skepticism, the bonds have prevailed, and that too solely with the backing, the support of the ruling government's claims of transparency and all these things. Just one. I agree. Across the internet, answer given is C. No, your words will be welcome. Impeachment experts testified before the House Judiciary Committee on Wednesday. They testified, they verified, they made that sure that Donald Trump's misconduct offered blank space as prescribed by the Constitution and applied over the course of US history. Okay. Impeachment experts verified, say, before the House Judiciary Committee on Wednesday that his misconduct, you are talking about the misconduct, offered blank space as marked by the Constitution and applied over the course of US history. You're talking about the misconduct of Donald Trump. Okay. So his misconduct offered the perfect example of impeachment. That's the negativity. A textbook case, another perfect example that way, of impeachable offenses with the same tone. Negative, negative. Fine. The correct case. If you are saying that's a correct case, that will change the context of the passage. Impeachment experts verified that his misconduct, not the conduct, the misconduct, offered impeachment, offered impeachable offenses, offered the correct case of what? If that is correct, how would he be charged of, marked of misconduct and impeachment? So that's a positive one, not required here. First and third will be all fine. Answer D. Thank you, Komesh, for your determination. Aditya, welcome, brother. Jai Shri Shyam. Respect. More energy intake than energy expenditure will, in the long run, in the long term, lead to fat deposition, insulin resistance, and a fatty liver, blank space your diet composition. More energy intake will, in the long term, lead to fat deposition, insulin resistance, and a fatty liver. Doesn't matter what your diet composition is, regardless of that, despite having a proper diet composition, though, just a sec, that's a conjunction. Though he worked very hard, he could not qualify the examination. Although he worked very hard, he couldn't qualify the examination. Radhika, that's a conjunction. And if I put it here, if we put it here, like though a different diet composition, we don't have a complete sentence. So conjunctions cannot be used to add objects. Prepositions, regardless of this, prepositions despite or in spite of are all fine. Vinod, hello. So first and second, both will be considered correct. Now the third one, which is grammatically horrible. Some 80,000 years ago, hunters, gatherers ate fruit sporadically because they ate fruit because the fruits were hello, welcome. Sometimes we can say Nancy. Because the fruits were not widely available 80,000 years ago, they ate fruit because these were not widely available. Fine. They were not good hunting. This is grammatically wrong. Say I am good mathematics. I am mathematics. I'm good at mathematics. He's good at making excuses. She's good at English and such. You can't say good hunting. They are good at. Somebody is good at something. Somebody is bad at something. Takes the fixed preposition at. You have gone through this, I know. Fruits won't be competing with the birds. And the other thing, that fruits were, or doesn't matter, leave that antecedent, these were, that's a be form. And how can you put ses after be? She is goes. Impossible. This is impossible grammatically. So the only option left, either this or none of these is not available. Now only one has to be the answer. Last. Cloud-based blockchain services on various platforms, from startup to language platforms. Experimentation is getting easier with time. Blank space cloud-based blockchain services on various platforms. Yes, Radhika. Actually, this is grammatically wrong. In the rise of. Say with the rise of, which is the correct phrase. So first one is grammatically wrong. With the rise of cloud-based blockchain services on various platforms, from this to that, experimentation is getting easier with time, with the help of this, with the rise of this, due to the emergence of this, with the use of this. It is not in the rise of, this is with the rise of, with the help of, that way. So first is horrible, both are fine. Answer. Uh, this had been done, the ghosting one. I wasn't ready on Friday. That much mentally I wasn't ready because I had back classes that day. So I did say, pardon, please excuse me for not being so attentive and putting concentration today. I had back classes, but I think we had done this that day. In case of any difficulty, you can mark your words. We'll express that again. Go through this as per the instructions. Quick. Welcome, Suman. Don't be. Quick. This is easy. Let me help you. Hello. Gaming Live. I think done. You have the idea of what is there in the passage. You have the idea. Okay, it'll be easy for us now. This is honestly easy. That's why I'm skipping this, or say just relying on skimming of the passage. There is a lot of academic unique in marketing on retailing, and most of it looks at the retail industry in North America and European countries. Unique is an adjective. You can't say a lot of academic unique. Put a noun instead. Put a noun instead. Noun instead. a gerund, but out of context here. A noun instead. Ria, good evening. No. No, 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 no. That's the first one. Requires is a verb. Radhika. We need a noun there. No. There's a lot of research. There's a lot of academic research in marketing, on retailing, and most of the research looks at the retail industry in North America and the other countries. This retail industry is blank space economies such as India putting challenges. That's the result of that research, you can say. If you say diversity, just like in India we have unity in diversity, how do you define that? Is putting challenges and not seen in the contexts and this and that. A research, you can go through the whole passage and you come across research going on. This is such, this is such, this is that, this is that. It can, it cannot, etc. They do this, they do that. Whole research over there. No problem. Next, the second filler. The retail industry in organized economies like India. You think India is an organized economy? No problem. India is a printed economy, reshaping economy, unique economy, research economy, or emerging economy. Quite easy, huh? India is a developed country or a developing country? Absolutely. India is a developing country, an emerging economy, not an organized economy. India, an emerging economy. See here. The Indian retail industry has certain key features that make it requires. Nah, it's a verb. You can't have a finite verb again. It diversity, decides, printed, reshaping, unique. The easiest of all the questions we have done in last 6 sessions. Absolutely. Make, I hope you know this, takes an adjective. In movies, songs as well, you drive me crazy. He made me mad. Make either takes an adjective or takes a bare infinitive V1. I can make you write an essay right now to force someone to do something. He made me make a cake. He made me sign, and that way. So the only adjective out here, Indian industry has some features that make it quite unique. My father has made me strong. You have made me weak. He makes me happy. She made me sad. Adjectives required, just one adjective. Next. First, the retail space is dominated by traditional kirana stores. You are talking about kirana stores, I think. Walk through a street and you will find more kirana stores than blank space retail outlets. And remember, you are talking about the retail outlets like Big Bazaar or Reliance Fresh. So whatever you put here should be defining Big Bazaar and Reliance Fresh. Yes, Nancy, absolutely. Shali, I will. Thank you so much. Not right now. Thank you. So, Kirana stores are the local outlets we all have across the nation. And the retail outlets like Big Bazaar or Reliance Fresh, they are research, they are diversity, they are organized. Yep, they are the printed, emerging. Can say emerging, but emerging has already been used as per the shuffling. So the only option left is organized retail stores. Next. The comparison, Komesh, absolutely, between the Kirana stores and the retail stores. The first and foremost thing now is you are asked what will be there in F. The previous one was D, straight A, B, C, D, but we don't have E now. So don't satisfy this here. Act as per the instructions, as per the availability. There. You are asked the F1 here, this word, relatively, which is an adverb. You don't need an adverb after the subject. In the US, the retailer blank space the price paid by the consumer. In the US, retailer blank space the price paid by the consumer. He printed the price paid by the he prints could have been a possibility. Diversity is not a verb. Organized is not a verb. He requires the price paid by the consumer, or the retailer decides the price paid by the consumer. You are correct, Radhika. Singular subject taking the SES, just two options out there. So in the US, the retailer decides the price paid by the consumer. But here, the price is blank space on the package. But you need not mark that one because G is not asked. H, the last one. Reshaping. Don't be, please, Radhika. At least you are here. Thanks for the presence. Third, you often see retailers offering extra price and quantity benefits at the store level like discounts, bundled products. Manufacturer-led promotions are infrequent. Say frequent grammatically first and foremost. Namaskar, Sumit. Welcome, brother. So in order to modify reshaping infrequent, that's an adjective, either frequent or infrequent, and adjectives are not modified by verbs, they are modified by adverbs in English, and I think I just have one adverb here. Such promotions are quite infrequent. They are decides, which is a verb. This is a verb. This is a verb. This is an adjective. Adjectives don't modify adjectives. Relatively infrequent. The only option left. So that was easy, see? In your examinations, you have better close tests than this, but still, we can't say everything is easy. Let's go through these now first. RC is a little lengthy. Let's finish these first. Yes, I know this is not clearly visible, but kindly bear with me. That's all I had. Column-based questions. Add them as per the instructions. The first one will have not only the fixed one, and then you can start this way. The second options will have but also the fixed one, and then you can start that way. The investigation is one that is just this one is quite blurred. The rest of those are easy. Okay, better now, huh? Much better now. Answer, please. Let's save time. We have taken enough. Yes, AF. Not only this investigation is the one that is continuing and worldwide, but also this investigation is the one that we expect to continue for quite some time. At least in both the sentences, you're talking about the same stuff. So we can use not only and but also. Not only she, but also her friends have come that way. She was left behind home. Her father was the CEO. Not only, but also won't add such statements. Not even this one. Objections welcome. You can put your doubts. Saving time going ahead. They will be visible, I know. Yep. Maybe, Komish, I didn't see, brother, but maybe. Okay, I think I forgot to mention that pair. It was hardly here. It was when here. I'm sorry for the delay caused. Let's save time and go ahead. The answer is AD and BE. Hardly they had spoken these words. Uh, Probably this is the answer. No problem. AD. The door opened and he himself stood before them. Not bad. B and E, a better choice. See, hardly had I closed my eyes when I began to imagine the most fantastic shapes. I think BE is all perfect that you can think of. BE, yes, all of you are correct. Fine. So BE, hardly had I closed my eyes, I started imagining all these things. BE, perfect. BE, available in just one. What about AD? Hardly had they spoken these words when the door opened. I'm talking about someone talking to someone, and the door opens and somebody is standing before me. Not bad, not wrong. So, yep, another one. Yes, it has no sooner and this then. Yes, closed my eyes and started imagining. The answer should be this. No sooner had she agreed to marry him than she started to have terrible doubts. They agreed to marry and they started to have doubts then. So, no sooner, hardly had she agreed to marry him when she started to have some doubts. No sooner had she agreed to marry him than she started to have some doubts. BD is available in just one. If you say AE with the tone of no sooner and then, say no sooner AE, a line's share has been allocated to the development work. That means at the same time, E. It usually done by Komish. This is also grammatically wrong. You can't say it done by. It is usually done by him. Impossible. So now we don't have any other option having B and D. Fine. I'll show you this one. This is also good. But before that, let's finish error detection questions. This is so far the last session. Would love to see you any other day in the next series. We have almost going to be finished all the questions, all the patterns. Act accordingly as per the instructions. Act accordingly. In the given questions, let's say questions, a sentence is divided into 4 parts. There are errors in 3 parts. Choose the one which doesn't have an error. Think about this again. Vaishali. So in the sentences, you have 3 parts of the sentence which have errors. One of these doesn't have an error. You have to pick that particular one. See, the blunder here is going to be the pieces of glass. You can't say pieces was. That means this is horrible. That means you can't say all are correct. You cannot. Now, look at the others. The roof, besides them, we use besides to define in addition to, apart from. I'm a human being. Apart from me, a roof was also there. Sounds quite horrible. So shouldn't say the roof besides him, but I am here and there's a roof beside me, next to me. So this should be beside. The roof beside them had a great hole smashed through it. And the pieces of glass were lying scattered quick. Do you say on the direction? The sun rises on the east. We say in this direction. The sun rises in the east. So D is wrong, C is wrong, A is wrong, B is the correct fraction. Same. The Supreme Court has done 3 weeks. Supreme Court has done 3 weeks. They've given 3 weeks, not done, to the state government to be respondent, either say to respond to its directive or to be responsive to its directive, and file an affidavit citing all the. You don't do time to someone, you give time to someone, don't you, Priya? Can I say I am doing 2 minutes to you to answer this, or I am giving 2 minutes, the time expression, to you? In the same fashion, everybody, you can't say all the detail. All, mentioning many, takes a plural noun after that. So citing all the details. Details, you have to respond. Supreme Court has given 2 weeks to the state government. So fraction B should be all fine. Next. Which will be the most appropriate one? Then if you think this is all fine, you have to find out an error in this fraction. Make a correction there, Priya. Hello, KP. error detection as per the instructions. And stay here if you are free for a parajumble, typical RBI grade B. Tatya, Bichu. No, Vishali. She must feel bitter on the fact she's feeling bitter, sad. The negativity is there. The phrase is, we feel bitter about something. Next. Yes, of course, that neither her voice nor her expression gave any indication that she felt antipathic. Antipathic, I'm sorry. So neither nor is a blunder. That means all are not correct. You have to make three of them. You have to find three errors and make one of those the correct one. She must feel bitter about the fact. And neither she, her voice, nor her expression gave any indication that she felt I didn't get you, brother. Nabard 82 and Sebi 92. Okay, gotcha. Because of RBI, I gotcha. I'm sorry for the interruption. Anyone watching it later. RBI started in 1935, I remember. If I'm not wrong, 1st of April 1935. If I'm not wrong. The little I know. And NABARD got established in 1982, as marked by you and SEBI. SEBI is so recent, 1992. I think that's a regulatory body like RBI. Great. Thank you. She felt that antipathy. You can have an object after here because you have to make one of these. You have to make one of these correct. I can't make any correction here. She must feel bitter about the fact, and neither her voice nor her expression gave any indication that she felt the antipathy. Perfect. Couple more. It is actually abide. No, it's aside. It ain't abide. Yes, there were nothing, there was nothing. So all are not correct. There was nothing in the way he acted with the children. Consider space in between. That might indicate anything was wrong among them. Salmon, salmon, it's SALMON. That's actually serious. Serious expression it shows. Just like apart from, it is aside from, or say apart from his serious expression, there was nothing in the way that he acted with the children that might indicate that something they are indicating. They're not indicating, no, that way. And in a positive sense, in a positive sentence, we don't use anything. I think something is wrong. I think something is wrong, not anything is wrong. Children that might show something was wrong among them. Something was wrong over there. No, that's a noun. Why are you transforming this in the adverb form? And we already have a blunder. Need not think about this. That has been marked incorrect. There was nothing already marked incorrect. With the children that might indicate that something was wrong among them. Friction, C is all fine. Last. Yes, the vocabulary was fantastic. Grammar was also fantastic. Parasymbols were easy. Close tests were easy. There were 3 close tests and 2 RCs instead of 4 and 3. And the RCs were lengthy, not difficult, but they were lengthy, having the same tone-based questions and such. In the evening, you can come to the same mountain where you were capturing a selfie yesterday, and we will have the same feedback. Quick, everybody. E, Radhika. All are correct. In case you find one, you have to find the other mistakes also. Yes, KB. Number of acres destroyed by wildfires, and that number has increased dramatically over the past years. All correct. Okay, done. Let me show you a parasymbol, and an RC and a couple of fillers will be left. No problem. Let me show you a parasymbol. Act accordingly. Don't rearrange this. Just have a look at the sentences. No, wildfire. Fire in the wild, in the jungle. Hmm. Because you better know nouns at a wild scale, although they are uncountable, have SES, just like water becomes waters. Say sand becomes sands. Say iron becomes ions. Say force become forces. Arm become arms, and many such you remember. Work becomes works. Yes. KP, attempt this one. So you have gone through this, and as marked in the instructions, the 6th one is the last sentence already given. This is the last one. F is the last one, you can't touch it. Done? If you can answer this first. I'm not saying if you can answer this, I'm saying if you can answer this first. If you can answer this initially. If you can answer this now. No problem. Let me hint you with another question. They ask this way: which of the following pairs form 2 consecutive statements after rearrangement? Vishali will mark tomorrow. Drop it. This is a parasymbol, but of RBI grade B. They don't ask straight like we have 6 sentences, arrange them, and that is the answer. What they do, just a sec. Which of these form 2 consecutive statements after rearrangement? That means AE should be together, AD, EB, BC, or none of these. Any other combination that you think is going to be together. Let me show you quick. They are giving you a passage with 6 sentences. You will rearrange this, Vishali. After which they will ask you, say, which is the first one, which is the third one. Done. They will ask you which of the following can, with the possibility, precede, come before the fifth sentence of the passage. That means you have rearranged all these sentences, and whichever is your fifth one, now out of these options, which can come before that? You have 2 minutes, in my opinion, to rearrange these, and we'll show the question again so that you can have a better idea that which is your fifth one, so which one can come before that. Rearrange this now. They should be together. They should be together, but maybe this first or that first should be together. No, Radhika. KP done. Let me help you partially. The whole passage is sorry. The whole passage is talking about India-Pakistan war, as you can see, which started here, we can say, in the August of 1965, Pakistani forces infiltrated India, occupied Kashmir, and what they call the Operation This. Okay, it all started here. Now, this sentence, their troops, maybe the Indian troops, maybe the Pakistani troops, carried extra arms, entered posing as locals. Okay, they entered. We didn't go there. We did not go there. They entered. So, probably talking about the Pakistani forces. Still, the sentence goes ahead and yes, of course. Hey dear Jesse, most welcome from my side. But this is for RBI Grade B, and yes, of course. I request you to go through easy peasy ones first. As a student, I'm considering you a beginner in case I consider. Go through the easy peasy ones first, say of SSC examinations, then level up of banking, then all welcome for these. Initially, they'll be very, very difficult to attempt. Start with the four sentences first, like PQRS or ABCD. They'll be pretty helpful to find keywords, the little I can say in a nutshell. So Pakistani forces, and see this one. That's how we rearrange. Pakistani forces entered the locals of the area and they attacked the Indian soil. For sure, you're talking about the Pakistani forces. So Pakistani forces here came here and they attacked us. It all started there. Defining it further. Then on September, it ended. C, E, and B. Is that okay? You are marking a war started. They came here with extra ammunition. They attacked without any formal declaration, disrupting peace in the valley. And on September 22nd, it ended after the intervention of the UN, and a ceasefire was declared the next day. Done. CEB. For sure, it will be the starting. You have F as the fixed one. Now it's up to you, AD or DA. Let's have that ambiguity. I'm sorry. When we proceed further, say the answer is AD, for example, or DA. You are asked in the next question, okay, you can have a hint over here also. Your answer is C, what is that? EB. So first of all, you can answer this. Which of these form two statements consecutively after the rearrangement? E and B. They came here, the war started, the war ended. So EB is the answer. We got the answer to this one. Vishali, okay? Now, if you consider D, the last one, that means the fifth one before the last one, then the next question is which of the following can precede the fifth sentence? Which can precede the fifth one? That means which one can come before the fifth one? That way, okay? So which can come before the fifth one? Then this sentence, D, there should be another statement which can come before D here. If you think A is the fifth one, then another sentence from the next options which will come before A as per the options. Read A, read D, and let's go through the next for better clarity. Textbooks teach us we did, we won. People from across the border believe they won. Okay. Someone, a New York Times correspondent, reported this time India's victory was total. India accepted ceasefire. Okay, some ceasefire was there because of the UN after it had occupied 740 square miles, though Pakistan had made marginal gains of just 210 square miles of territory. So in the next one, preceding fifth one, if you come across sentences talking about this, then this is the fifth one, ending in A before F. If you come across this, then D is the fifth one. You can have a choice. We have to pick one of those. Quick, time's up. Whether you say AD or DA, the last one should also be, say, synchronized. It says, even though assessments suggest our superiority, but technically it remains militarily inconclusive. I repeat, even though, that's the last one for sure, neutral assessments suggest our superiority, assessments assessments suggest our superiority. I think we have an assessment by someone, a New York Times correspondent, saying India won. That way, India accepted ceasefire. They occupied 740, although Pakistan made just 2110. So they show our superiority. Assessments, not just one. That means there should be another one. Read this. Read this. Quick, done. There was an example. Arif Jamal, a New York Times correspondent, historian John Key wrote in his book, India, a History. Pakistan made gains in the Rajasthan desert, but its main push against India's JK was repulsed, and Indian tanks advanced to within a sight of Lahore, representing our superiority. No other statement can define that. You can have assessments, neutral ones, assessments from a New York Times correspondent, from some historian. These are the assessments. People are assessing, analyzing who won in that way. Read the other statements. Under the orders of the then Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indian forces had marched on to Lahore and were in the striking distance. Come on, the war ended here. On September, it ended. How can the Indian forces now go to Lahore and such? No, irrelevant. After B. But if you think about it, Pakistan's aim was to conquer a large part of territory, but they did not. Okay, no problem. That is all fine. But after that, how would I say neutral assessments? That's not an assessment. And the neutral one. No, it's important to note that a ceasefire had been ordered by the run of Kutch after ceasefire violations. That's not an assessment. Pakistani forces had managed to capture an area, showing the superiority of Pakistan. Showing the superiority of Pakistan. But here the superiority of ours has been marked. The only statement which can define that. So that's the answer. I think D first, then A, and then that statement A over there, and the next one, and then the fixed one. I hope things are all fine finishing this session now. Just one RC is left, which is, yes, a lengthy one. If time persists, we'll discuss some other day. It will take a lot of time. In the public's eye, this, then this, then this, and then the questions, tone of the passage and such will take some time. But I think I have put through every single variation marked by them. RCs, close tests, parajumbles, column-based questions, fillers, double fillers, multiple fillers, and everything such. We did have error detections, and I think nothing can be marked as missing. Thank you so much for being here. Would love to see you in the classes. Thanks a lot, everyone. Okay, finishing this now. If anybody has any objection, query, comments, questions, feel free to drop your comments in the comment section. I will take care of them. Thank you. I hope you had a good session. Thanks a lot. See you. Thank you. Suman, KP, Vishali, Manisha, Radhika, Kamal, and Nancy. Thanks.